What's going on, everybody? What's going on? This is Coach D coming at you, another Ask Coach D session. And today what we're going to talk about is a topic that actually, I've actually thought about this topic before, and there was another well-known coach and network marketer by 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐫𝐞. He had brought up this topic, and I said, man, I love this topic here. It's something that is kind of controversial, if you will. You're going to have people in different spectrums, when it comes to, sponsorship, or, basically shopping for sponsors. Okay. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to get some opinions. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and everything like that and kind of, see where we go with it. As you guys tune in, of course, we're here every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern is the time that we're doing right now. Definitely as you jump on, let me know where you're tuning in from. No matter if you happen to be tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from the Carolinas myself. All right. And I want you guys to weigh in on this as well. All right. And so when we're talking about sponsor shopping, like what exactly are we even talking about? Say there's a business opportunity or company that you want to join, or MLM company even, right? That you want to join, right? What do you do? Like, how do you decide which person that you're going to link up with, or join, or, hit their link, right? How do you decide that? Is it that it's the first person who reaches out to you and tells you about it, or maybe you reached out to them? Is it the first person that you talk to about the opportunity or the business? Is that how you join a person? The first one show you, then you're going to have your loyalty and, go ahead and sign up with them, or what? Let me know. What's going on, Desiree? Thanks for tuning in live. That's right, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So let me know, Desiree, put down the comments and let me know, everybody. Let me know, what is your thought process on it? Do you sponsor shop? Do you look for, who's going to, maybe you're looking for who's going to give you the best, bonuses, or maybe you say, hey, this is my friend. Let's say you have a friend named Jonathan, right? And Jonathan tells you about a business. Let's say you didn't hear about it before. Jonathan says, hey, have you heard about this new business? A lot of people are crushing it, then, so, hey, do you want to get involved in this business with me? And let's say you never heard about the business before, and he's the first one to tell you about it. And let's say he's your friend, Facebook friend, at least, he's your friend or whatever. So what's your thought? Do you feel like you have an obligation to join Jonathan because he brought the information to you first? Like, what have you guys literally actually done? Because I know we've all come across this before because we've joined stuff, right? We've joined things. So I know you guys have had to decide at some point who you were going to join. And I'm going to tell you guys, kind of give you guys my feedback on it. And like I said, I'd love to hear down in the comments your guys' feedback on it. Now, here's my thought process, okay? If I'm getting into business, and when we join something, whether we join in an MLM, network marketing, whatever it is, even if we buy something that's a tool even, okay? When we join something with someone, this is my thought. We're going into business, all right? All right, we're going into business with that person to an extent, obviously. Everyone has their own business, but we're going to be linked up somehow, right? So from that standpoint, it's like, wouldn't I want to know who I'm doing business with? Wouldn't I want to resonate with who I'm doing business with, right? Wouldn't I want to be like, you know what? I know that if I do need some help on this, I'll at least get some guidance from this person that I joined in this business or that directed me to this business, right? Now, that's my thought process. But what's another thought process? I've seen people say things like, oh, well, it doesn't matter who you join because, it doesn't matter who's your sponsor. Your sponsor's not responsible for doing anything. And the sponsor just introduced you to the business, right? Now, is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. That's correct. It is not your sponsor's job to do these things for you, right? That is absolutely correct. Okay. However, I'm going to give you guys my experience on this. Okay. However, this is what I've noticed. Whether I buy a tool, okay, whether I buy a biz up or whatever, when I join something, I typically do have questions, even if it's down to, hey, where is the Facebook group, or where do we go to this, that, and the third, right? And some things that I join, I have way more questions than others, okay? So for me, even if let's say a person comes to me first about something, right? I personally do not feel an obligation to join them because they came to me first. Great. You happen to inbox me first. Great. But you know what I look for, okay? So when it comes to sponsor shopping, I absolutely sponsor shop, right? What do I look for? I look for, if I'm using a tool, is this person also using a tool, right? Why am I caring if that person's using the tool? Because if I got a question or need some direction, right, on how to navigate that tool, I want to be able to go somewhere and ask for their, feedback other than just YouTube. Because a lot of times you go on YouTube, you do have a lot of YouTubers who will do how-to type videos. Like I do a lot of how-to, like show people how to do stuff. But on the other end, especially like in the biz op space, tons of videos on the biz op space, different money-making opportunities will just be about how much money the person made. It won't be teaching you a jack squat, okay? So I really won't learn anything from those type of YouTube videos, and those are a lot of them, okay? So I'm also looking at, is the person that I'm signing up with, do they have an offer, right? Whatever their offer is, that's going to suit my needs, okay? Now, whether that's some bonuses that they offer, maybe they have a weekly team meeting that they have, if I join their team, maybe, everyone gathers each week. So that way, if I have questions, I can, just go ahead and rock out to that, right? Or do they not, right? I'm looking for that, okay? So while we can say, oh, no, so some people believe, what's going on, Joseph? All right, yes, K, and 𝐘𝐨𝐮'𝐫𝐞, he's the one that just tuned in. I definitely know his take on it, and me and K are very similar in this, because people can say, oh, that's not ethical, they showed it to you first. Well, let's think about this for a minute, okay? If we're going to look for, let's say if we're just going apartment shopping or something, right? Or house shopping, okay? And we look at a house, all right? And we don't stop at just that one house. We're looking at a few different houses. But if we're using that same thought process of whoever showed it to me first, right? And let's say it's the same house. Hold on. Let's say it's the same house, because yes, different realtors can show you the same house, right? So let's say one realtor shows your house because you're not in contract with them, shows your house, and they don't really tell you much about the house. They just give you like the piece of paper that, just tells you the specs, right? And so you go walking around the house yourself, right? And, 30 minutes later, you're like, okay, I'll let you know. I'll call you back, right? And let's say, 2 weeks later or whatever, your wife, your husband is like, hey, I see they still have that house up there and the price has dropped a tad or whatever. I want to check it out again, but I see it's listed by this other person, this other realtor. Well, we haven't went into contract with any realtor, so let me just call them and see if they'll let us see it one more time, right? Or maybe it was like, hey, I don't remember the size of the bathroom or something. I just want to check it out again because maybe I'm feeling it now. I don't know. Let me go check it. So they go with this other realtor, and that realtor shows them the same house, okay? But this time, the realtor, instead of just giving them a piece of paper with the specs on it, this realtor goes and takes them to the living room and say, hey, picture this, right? It gives them a visual. Picture this. Picture your grandfather clock that you told me that you had, right? Picture that sitting right there up against that wall. Picture the Christmas tree, as let's say holiday is coming up. Picture the Christmas tree sitting right there in the corner with all the lights on it, right? They put this visual picture. And then let's say they start telling them about, oh, and I see you're pregnant, ma'am. So you know what? This neighborhood has an awesome school district, blah, 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 preschool, blah, blah, blah. They're going into it and they're tailoring it to you, right? To you and your pregnant wife. They're tailoring that whole experience to you and to what your pain points are, like the things that matter to you, right? Because obviously you're pregnant, then that means that school system probably do matter to you, right? Okay. Holiday coming up, so the Christmas tree probably does matter to you, right? So now you saw the house with the other realtor, but you're not in contract, right? You didn't sign a contract or anything. You just checking it out, right? And you saw the same house with this other realtor. So by the logic of, oh, it's unethical to sponsor shop, by the logic of that means that, oh, thank you, second realtor. Thank you for showing me this house and actually painting a picture for me. I appreciate that. You did an awesome job. And now I actually do want to buy the house, but I'm going to go buy it with that first person who all they gave me was a piece of paper with specs for me to read. And they pretty much were over there on their cell phone in the corner over there while me and my wife walked around, by ourselves, So, yeah, but I'm going to go and give them the 6% commission. At least that's what I think it is in other states. In Carolina, it's 6%. I'm going to go and give them the 6% commission. Yeah, like never in Neversville. Like, that's not how that works. right? So when we're out here and like I said, so when we're thinking about, is it unethical to sponsor shop? Is it ethical? Should we do it? Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Put yourself in the shoes of, you may need, you may be interested in a particular business, but you need some help with it. You may need some extra training to help you, figure out how you're going to market this thing. You may be like, you know what, I want to, get involved with something. I want to do it, but I don't have that much time. So man, if somebody really can, start me off with some traffic, like some clicks, if they're doing solo ads, right? Start me off with some clicks, right? That'd be great. If I could start off with 100 clicks, that'd be awesome, right? So if because I've been on that end. I've been on that end where I get into things, or I'm thinking about getting into things, and I needed help. I knew I was going to need help because it was something, that I didn't know how to do, right? And I would go and look, especially on YouTube. I would go on YouTube for real. I'd be real hard with it to see what different people were talking about, their teaching style, right? If they were even teaching. With biz ops, a lot of them don't even teach. So I pretty much bypass all the biz oppers. The ones, if I'm going to look at joining a business opportunity, if they're not teaching me something on YouTube, I pretty much ain't joining them. Like, that's just pretty much how I do, right? I don't care if they made $1 million in 2 seconds, right? They ain't teaching me nothing, so they ain't gonna teach me nothing when I join. So yeah, it matters to me, because when I link up and I, hit their button, their link, I link up, right? Then we're in business, so to speak. Okay, notice I said so to speak. Yes, it's my business, but think about it. If I join this person over here that's not teaching nothing and don't appear to be helping nobody other than talk about how much money they got, that's great, right? And then I go over to this other guy and say, hey, man, I know I didn't join you in this thing. I know I joined $2,000 and paid this other guy who said he made like $5,000 in 2 seconds. But I want to come over here and I want you to help me. And yeah, I already spent my money over here with this guy as my sponsor, but I need you to help me over here for free. Yeah, that ain't working. In Neversville, never in Neversville. Okay, so I understand that, because I've been on that end too, where someone will see someone else's video first or whatever, and that's fine. Or they'll join that person, and that person, they felt anyway, that person didn't help them. That's what they felt, and they want to come and they're like, I see you doing tons of videos in this. You're so helpful. Can you help me? I ain't got no bread, but can you help me type situation. So I've been on that end as well. The needing the help end, right? And the end where somebody coming with empty hands talking about they want all my secrets that I give to my paying team, right? And they want all that for free type situation. So it's like, when we're talking about sponsor shopping, yeah, you darn tootin', because I want to be in business with someone that I can connect with. I'm not talking about be on the phone with them and message them all day. No, I mean, can I rock with their vibe, right? Because sponsors have different vibes too, right? Some sponsors, their vibe is, you join me and I don't have to teach you a thing. And that's wonderful, because I want to make all the sales on autopilot. I don't want to talk to anyone, and I want to make all the money. And that's that. And that's fine, but it's not fine for me. Right? It's not fine for me. So I'm going to look and see the vibe that the person has, right? Even if I saw that opportunity first, even if their video was the first one I saw, right? Or their email was the first one that I opened, or their Facebook post was the first one that I saw on that opportunity, right? Or the tool, whatever it is, right? I'm looking at, who can I connect with? Who can I rock with? You know what I'm saying? For my needs, right? Because if I'm spending my money, I'm concerned about my needs, right? So yes, I'm going to shop for a sponsor. So I want you guys to think, like, what do you guys think? What's going on, Tina? What's going on? Let me tell you what you think. Okay, Desiree said, I look for a mentor that has a step-by-step roadmap that they themselves are using, proving that it works. Absolutely. I love that, Desiree. I absolutely love that, because that is, from my experience, that is absolutely important. A lot of what I've seen, right, especially in the make money online space, right, is there'll be people that make a ton of money and they may have a step-by-step process, but guess what? They ain't giving it to you. I don't know why. I don't understand it. It's like, I would think that if you keep showing that your team is winning, that more people are going to want to join you, So, but that don't mean that they're going to give you a step-by-step process. So yes, I definitely agree with you, Desiree. I would want to align with someone who does have a step-by-step process that they themselves are using as proof that it works. Not just that you give me a bonus training because it's a bonus, but bruh, did you ever use it? Or sis, are you using it now or did you ever use it? Right? And even if you advance now, but did you use it at any point in time? Right? Even down to tools. I'm the same way with tools, right? Because you might say, oh, well, in tools, you don't have sponsors. Well, what I mean is people that you join and stuff. Okay. So even with tools, right, there's a tool that someone told me about, which I knew about it, but then they told me about it again, and that's fine. Right. It's a texting tool. And, and I said, okay, let me check it out, and it had 2 different levels. You could pay at this level, you could pay at this level. So I got it at this level right here, the first level, whatever. I said, let me check it out. Now, this person's motto or whatever is that, their big thing is that, you sign up, right? And, it's not a whole bunch of assistance as far as that tool anyway, on using that tool cleverly, if you will. All right. So I got it at the lower level, right? But then I was kind of left on my own, right? With it, and it is what it is, because, shit, I don't, wait for people. But do you think I bought that higher level of that tool? Do you think I upgraded? Heck no, bruh. Heck no. No, I'm good. Won't get the rest of my bread, right? Because even in a tool, it is good to have some assistance in that, even if it's just a few videos. Say, hey, this is how I use that tool. Feel me now? This is how I use that tool to increase in my business. Boom. I'm cool with that. That's a roadmap showing me your specific way that you use that tool. But if I'm buying the tool from you and you're not using the tool, you only use it to make money, with meaning to sell to other people is what I mean, but not actually using the tool itself, right? Then how you really going to help me use the tool or get ideas on using the tool that you've actually at least done one time? You know what I mean? Because you don't use the tool yourself. See what I'm saying? So yeah, that's not attractive to me. So yes, I'm going to look for that sponsor shop. Yeah, buddy. Yes, I sure am. Sure am. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. What's going on, Deborah? Let's see what we got. Desiree said, and if I like what I see, I can have to be ready, put in the work. Absolutely. You like what you see, you get ready to put in the work, because my set's up to me. Exactly. But initially, you look for that mentor that has that roadmap. And then from there, just like Desiree said, she puts in the work. See, what a lot of people skip, Desiree, is they skip what you said at the beginning. They skip this part about looking for a mentor that has a step-by-step roadmap, and they go right to this. I've seen them do it in Facebook groups, just spouting out, well, it don't matter what sponsor you join, right? And this is their opinion. That's fine. Everybody got opinions. We know what those are, myself included. We all got them, right? That's cool, right? But they're like, well, it doesn't matter about what sponsor you join, because if you want to be successful, you can be successful. Or in some people be like, yeah, my sponsor didn't help me and I'm doing good now. I don't care what y'all talking about. I would rather have help than not have help. Yes. Do we get in situations where we wind up joining and we don't have the help? Absolutely. Do we prefer? I'm going to be real with y'all. You know what that sounds like to me? Like, for real. You know what that sounds like to me? That's like me saying that, let's say I have a kid, right? Let's say I have a kid. That's like me saying that, yeah, I raised this kid by myself, as a single mom and everything, and my kid turned out all right. That's great. But you know what I would have been saying before? I would have much rather preferred a 2-parent household. I would have much rather had some help, because I guarantee my mama would have much rather had some help, right? So that's what I'm saying. So that's how it sounds to me when people be like, oh, well, your sponsor ain't responsible for this and that and the third. This is true. However, as Desiree said, I'm going to look for someone that does have a plan that they use, right? Because I would prefer to have the help. So that means I need the sponsor shop, because not everybody is offering that. And that's fine. It's not saying that they're bad for not. No, everybody has their different goals, and a lot of times, especially what a lot of people, will say online, oh yeah, I made money on autopilot. It's very few sales that I make on autopilot, right? I don't make that many on autopilot where people just sign up. I don't even know who they are. They just sign up at high levels. Okay. At the high levels, they sign up for $2,000. I never talk to them and this and that and the third. And they be happy. Like, people on Facebook be happy about that. Yeah, I just made $2,000. I ain't talked to nobody. It's like, okay, are you going to talk to them after the fact at least? Like, at least. I mean, that's just my take on that, right? Because like I said, I'm going to look for a person that does, appear to be helping people, right? Or, has something that I'm going to need, right? Otherwise, here's the real deal. Otherwise, if a person don't have nothing that you're going to need, then why don't you just go to the company.com? Like for real, like whatever the company name is that you're going to join, just go to www.themaincompany.com. Like, why join anybody? Right? If that's the case, that you're not going to, since you're not sponsor shopping, right, and it doesn't matter to you, then go straight to the company, which I don't do. What's going on, Deborah? Deborah says, so true, but that's not what people do anymore. Absolutely. And I'm okay with that, Deborah, as far as, and I think what you're saying as far as not everybody, kind of helps or whatever. And I'm okay with that. Like I said, it's not about bashing people whether they help or not, but it's about us as we're the ones who are going to spend the money on something, whether it's a tool, a business opportunity, MLM, network marketing, whatever it is, right? Affiliate marketing, whatever it is, right? Are we sponsor shopping or are we not? Do we think it's ethical? Do we think it's not ethical? Because here's a point that Kay brought up. And it was a good point. Kay said, actually, it might be doing a person an unethical service or a disservice, right? If when they come to us, right? Let's say somebody, this is what he said, and I agree with it. Okay, let's say a person comes to you and they let you know, say, hey, D, I've been checking into 𝐬𝐶1up, for example. I've been checking into 𝐬𝐶1up, and I had talked to a buddy of mine. Let's just say I talked to a buddy of mine about it, and I think I'm going to join, blah, 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 and I had some questions, whatever, blah, 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 right? So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm a politic with him. I'm going to talk with him, right? So at that point, am I going to, shoot my shot, if you will? Am I going to go ahead and say, after I talk to him, say, hey, these are the benefits for joining me? And the person said that they don't talk to their buddy, whoever their buddy is, right? Some people say, no, I'm going to go ahead and tell him to go back to his buddy. Here's another way to think about it. And this is what Kay said. And I agree with what Kay said. Here's another way to think about it. You might actually be doing them a disservice if you don't let them know what you do have to offer, along the ways of whether bonuses or assistance or training or the step-by-step setup, right? If you don't let that person know what you can do for them, you might actually be doing them a disservice because they may go and join Buddy because of they felt some loyalty to join Buddy, and then they come back in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and now they struggling because they don't have any help, meaning there's nothing set up for them, to help them along. Right? So you might actually be doing them a disservice if you don't go ahead and let them know what you have, that let them know, hey, I can be your sponsor and this is what you get if I'm your sponsor type deal. Okay. So that's another way to think about it. Instead of thinking like, oh, you doing something wrong because they said this, that, and the third. Do you think, like, I want y'all to, like, a lot of times with this online stuff, we think like this is not, we act like this is something different from life. In real life, okay, let's say we go to a McDonald's. Check me out now. Check me out. We stop at McDonald's drive-thru and we get the McDonald's fries because we like the McDonald's fries, but, we just don't pick up the McDonald's burger, right? Let's say. And then on the way home, we see a Burger King. And we stop by the Burger King and we like Burger King burgers because we like the smoky flavor, right? So we go. And, say we pull up to the drive-thru, so they see we eating on some fries, right? While we about to get our burger. And they're like, oh, where you get that burger? Where you get them fries from? Oh, I got the fries from McDonald's. Y'all tell me, do you think that the Burger King person going to say, oh, well, since you stopped at McDonald's first and you got the fries from them, it would be unethical of me to sell you this burger. You should just get the burger from McDonald's because they have burgers too. And you did go there first. Like, never in Neverwhereville is that going to happen. Like, this is not like this online stuff. Like, people try and make like this is like some fictitious world, right? This is the same world. When you close your computer, it's the same situation. So if you wouldn't go up there and feel like you got to buy, that you're going to tell a person, like if you're going to receive it, you're going to tell a person to go back to McDonald's to buy the burger instead of buying your burger, You ain't gonna do that. You're like, no, well, okay, cool. Let's go and buy this burger right here. Let me go and, say this burger, right? I don't care how much, how much you might like McDonald's over their clothes. Now, I'm gonna say, well, wait till they open tomorrow and then go get. No, I'm gonna sell you this burger. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell you that burger. Okay. Joseph says, I totally agree. Absolutely, Joseph. Deborah said, you would think that they want their team to win too. It's being selfish. Excuse me. And it happens, Deborah. And I mean, and that's a whole nother live, and I've talked about it briefly before, and that's a double-edged sword with that too, Deborah. And that's one of the things, that's why I don't do the sponsor bashing thing, right? Because part of what Desiree said is true, that your success is yours, but the other part of it is setting yourself up for success, right? Which is a sponsorship, and look for someone who does have something step-by-step that they're using, or that they have something to help you out. If everybody else is giving you this right here when you sign up, which is pretty much just their link, right? Are you, let me take this out of the way. If everybody else is just pretty much giving you their link, right? And then you're like, oh, let me go on YouTube, see who got what. Let me talk to a couple other people on Facebook. Everybody else is talking about this. They pretty much got a link for your ass, right? You know what I mean? But then you come across somebody who they got a link, plus they got something that can help you along your way a little bit faster than just having a link. Bruh, I'm looking at this person right here. I'm doing this. And this is like literally what I do, right? When I look at things that I'm going to buy, I look at like the last thing that I bought, not the very last thing that I bought, but one of the recent biz ops that I bought anyway. Now, there was different people who had the thing, who was marketing the thing. I went on YouTube, right? Because I don't be seeing a whole bunch of people for real. I don't see a whole bunch of people giving value on Facebook. So anyway, I go to YouTube, and there was a lot of people talking about they was making tons of money, right? But there was a video, right? There was a couple videos actually by the same fella, and he was actually, giving training on the system, like breaking down what it was, right? Versus just talking about how much money he made. So I watched a couple of this fella's videos because that's what he was talking about, right? And I wanted him to be my sponsor. Now, I didn't hit him up first, so he didn't know it was coming. But I looked at other people's videos. I saw people's posts on Facebook. But like I said, I don't be seeing a whole bunch of value on Facebook. Maybe it's just people on my timeline. I see some, but it don't be a lot. So I saw that he was giving it value, and that's what I needed. That's what I needed at that time. I needed to know more about this opportunity. Other than, oh, everybody's making money, blah, blah, blah. Right? And that's great. But everybody says that about everything. Right? So I went and I hit that person up in Messenger. And I said, give me your link and I'm going to join you. Right? So I sponsor shopped. Okay? And that's how that goes. Okay? So let's see what else we got down here, guys. I see somebody got a sad face. I mean, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about the sad face. Don't put a sad face and run away. All right, let's talk about it unless you don't want to. That's fine. I ain't gonna force you. All right. Albert said some people also go straight to YouTube. Albert, you took the words out my mouth, bro. He said some people also go straight to YouTube and do research and join someone else they found on YouTube without ever getting in contact with the person that they originally showed them with bonuses. Absolutely. And here's the deal. I do the same thing, Albert. I will go, and if I feel that whatever they're talking about on YouTube, that person is talking about, if they're offering what I need, because another thing is not every sponsor is created equal in the sense of their offer may not be what they need. So let's say you're offering bonuses or something, right? I don't know what your bonuses are, but anybody's bonuses, you're offering bonuses. Some people offer bonuses and be like, you join me at this level, I'm going to give you 100 clicks, for example. All right, boom. Then you know what? I'm gonna use a real example of one that I've been offered before. I'm gonna use a real example. Let's say one person said you join me, right? And I'm basically gonna pay half your way in, and so you're gonna save some money, but I'm gonna pay half of your way in. You join me, right? So that means I would save some money. And let's say what I would be saving is $500, right? Because I'm using real examples. Let's say I would save $500 if I join this person. Like, oh, cool. You'll be like, shoot, I'm saving $500, right? Let's say another person says you join me, you're not going to save $500, right? But I got some bonuses for you. I've got some training to show you how to get set up, right? I got some training to show you how to start getting leads, right? And I got some other cool tips for you too. And then also these same bonuses, I'm going to allow you, instead of you having to spend your time trying to create all new bonuses, I'm going to allow you to then give them bonuses to people who join you. So these are two separate people. This is true story. These two separate people. So I may have talked to this person first or seen their offer first and saw their bonus first, right? But which one appealed to me? This one did. And that's who I went and joined and got no discount, but I got the other things that I needed, right? So that's the other part of it. When we're saying, like, you know, you're doing sponsor shopping, it's about, you know, looking at what you need, right? If it versus thinking that, oh, well, you told me first, so I'm going to come back to you, even though what you're offering isn't what I feel that I need, because it's about what I perceive that I need, okay? Because I'm the one with the money, right? So if I don't perceive that I need your offer as much as I need his or her offer, I'm going to take his or her offer because that's what I need for my business. Because that's what I need, okay? And it's on occasion, I don't need anything. And, you know, and I say on occasion, okay? On occasion, I'll buy a tool that I know I pretty much don't need any help with, or, you know, or anything like that, you know? So then I still sponsor shop. Why? Because on them times, I'm like, okay, I look at a certain section of people, right? And typically it's people who done either did business with me, well, no, they done did business with me, right? If I don't need any other help, right? If I know I'm not going to need any other help with that tool, right? Then I will look at people who done did business with me, and I'll make an opportunity for them to be able to give me their link, right? So I still did sponsor shop because I still didn't just go and take the first person, right? So I still strategic, all right? Let's see what you said. Albert said, even if you have public YouTube videos of your own, absolutely, a person can see your video and still not join you, right? Because they're sponsor shopping, they're getting with whoever they feel is going to help solve their problem, right? And their problem may not be what you think their problem is, right? You may think that their problem is that they need some clicks, right? So then you're going to offer clicks, for example. You may think that their problem is that they need a discount, like the situation I gave you where one, I could have saved 500, and the other one, I didn't save 500, right? Well, some people, I'm sure, took the $500 discount, Jamie, right? And whether or not they made money with it, I don't know, you know? And I'm sure some people, I know a lot of people took this one, and a lot of people took this because both of them are very popular, make a lot of money, right? So some people took this deal, some people took this deal. I took this deal where I didn't get the discount, right? Because it had what I felt that I needed. And I made money too, just like other people made money who took the other deal. But it's about what I needed, right? So I sponsor shopped, right? I sponsor shopped. Let's see what we got. Or at least, Deborah says, or at least have a mentor that has a roadmap if you don't. Absolutely, absolutely. That definitely helps. That definitely helps. That definitely helps. What's going on, Lucretia? Desiree said, right, sis. And like I said, I'm just wondering, you know, because people have really said before, I've seen it both ways. People have said, you know, that, oh, no, that's unethical. You should go back to the first person who you saw or whatever. This is my thought right here. How can we expect we'll be up here, and this is some real stuff, y'all. We'll be up here talking about freedom. Hold on. I'm about to take it somewhere with y'all when it comes to the sponsor shopping. I'm about to take it somewhere. We'll be up here talking about freedom. We want financial freedom. Well, what an operative word is freedom. So if you talk about you want freedom, so then you don't want freedom for the other person too. You want freedom, but you don't want freedom for the other person. And part of being free is having the freedom to choose. So why in the world would I want to put shackles on someone's choices, right? Because they heard it from me first. So why they didn't join me first? And I had bonuses. Why they didn't join me? Why would I want to put shackles on them, right? When I'm up here talking about I want freedom. So what is it? So wait. What is it? Is it I want freedom? I deserve freedom, but don't nobody else deserve freedom if it don't put money in my pockets. Is that what that is? Is that how that go? Not in D's land. It don't. Not with me. Everybody got their own opinion, but I'm giving you mine. Okay, I'm giving you guys mine. That's not how that go. That's not how that go, right? In my opinion, people should be free to choose. So yes, they can sponsor shop all they want, and they actually, in my opinion, should, to make sure they're getting what they need, what they feel they need. Get the best offer, if you will, of what you feel that you need at that time, whether it pans out or not pan out, but whatever you feel you need. But how are you going to know if you don't even go and look? How are you going to know if you don't even go and check out and see what other people have to offer? All right. All right. Albert says, I've had people come to me for help after they join someone more established or offer irresistible bonuses. The decorated sponsor they spent money to become mute or elusive. Absolutely. Absolutely, Albert. And does that happen? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you when I've seen it happen more often. Now, this is some real stuff, Albert. For real. Check me out. Listen to me now. This is what I've seen personally. When I've seen that happen most often is when I'll go on YouTube, because it happened to me, but it happened to me too, right? I'll go on YouTube and I'll be looking, right? And the offer that I was looking for, I wasn't looking for what I should have been looking for that would have helped me, because I wasn't looking for not only about the bonuses, okay, but was I looking for, were there some other videos that the person did that was teaching people something? Because see, the bonuses I wanted on certain things were training, right? I wanted to know how to do stuff, right? Training. I needed to know how to market and get some leads and get some sales, right? Okay. So, but at that time I was looking for bonuses, but I wasn't looking to see if the person was giving of those bonuses, meaning were they already, right, displaying that they were the type of sponsor, right, that gave that value out to the marketplace, right? I wasn't looking at that on YouTube in the beginning. In the beginning, okay. In the beginning, I wasn't. I learned, right? I learned, right? But you know, am I the type to be like, you know, man, I regret joining that person? Nope. I'm gonna tell you why. Because once I got out of my whining funk of, oh my goodness, this person isn't helping me, right? After I, you know, dried my tears, not real tears, right? But I realized that I did learn a lot from that person. They didn't teach me directly, but I learned by paying attention to what they do. I paid attention to I learned the fact that they had irresistible bonuses, right? I learned the fact that they had a Facebook group, right? I learned the fact that they sold other stuff in their Facebook group, right? So even though I didn't get the direct help that I thought I would have gotten by joining that thing, I got so much more, right? I got so much more out of the situation that I bargained for. So I still don't regret it, right? And I still went looking for different people, right, to join for that opportunity. Like I said, you know, so yeah, we can say, well, man, they'll go and join somebody else has irresistible bonuses. Well, it's what they chose at that time. What they felt, just like I made a choice, I felt that offer was what I needed. So what'll happen is we'll have people out on YouTube, you know, or wherever, you know, and let's say they do have some irresistible bonuses. Some of them, they sound irresistible to the person. They're just not irresistible to me anymore because I know a little bit better now. You know what I mean? You know, the bonuses of giving me 2,000 clicks and, you know, is not irresistible to me anymore because I know about robot traffic now. I didn't know about that then. So not everybody knows about the little sneaky stuff. You know what I mean? I didn't know about the sneaky stuff then. I know about it now. You know, so yeah, will people come back after they sponsor shop and they pass you over? Will they come back? Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you deal with that however you deal with it. I can tell you how I deal with it. I created a paid group is how I deal with it, right? I didn't always have a paid group, right? So I was up there not really knowing how to deal with it either, right? Not saying that you don't. I'm just saying a lot of people don't know how to deal with it. They get frustrated. Now, I don't get frustrated one bit. People all the time hit me up that I already joined somebody else. Not all the time, but you know it happens, right? I'm like, all right, cool. So what you need help with? Okay, so you're trying to market on Facebook and a little bit on YouTube too? Okay, cool. This is what I have for you. Here is what you get, and here is the amount. And that usually silences the conversation, or they go ahead and jump aboard. You know what I mean? So that's cool. They come to me after they join. That is absolutely cool. That's wonderful. They still got options. They still got options. You can pay to get in my paid group, or you can keep on listening to my YouTube channel and get the free content out there, because those are your options. Because there ain't no free mentorship one-on-one type situation or free, you know, getting in my group, coming to my weekly team meetings for free. There ain't none of that, right? I don't work for free, right? I do things very strategically, okay? So that's okay when that's happened too. All right. What you say? You have to build. Absolutely. You have to build some rapport with them. Absolutely. And I'll be honest with you, Desiree. When rapport really comes into effect for me, when it really comes to effect for me, more so is on Facebook. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've joined people off of YouTube that ain't built a lick of rapport. I've joined people off of Facebook paid ads that hasn't built a lick of rapport with me. Why? Because they offered what I felt that I needed. And I'm just being straight up with you. They offered what I felt that I needed, even though we hadn't built a rapport. Facebook seems like, at least from the platforms that I've been on, which is pretty much Facebook and YouTube, Facebook seems like the one that you got to do the most effort to keep on, loving up on people and stuff, but on YouTube, I've joined people, I've bought stuff, and they might not even know I bought it type situation. I might just comment on their YouTube video. Just bought this. Thanks. Have a good day. I don't say, hey, I don't ask them for their email address or nothing that. Just bought this. Thanks. Appreciate you, sis. Have a good day. I've literally done that, right? So that rapport stuff, for me, I'm saying, it doesn't really come into the play unless it's on Facebook. YouTube, it don't really come into play, but I go to YouTube to look for a lot of my stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, even though I see it on Facebook, I go to YouTube and check it out, just like Albert said. All right? Tina says, you can offer a solution. They say no. Absolutely. And guess what? That is a part of them having that free will. They're free to say no to you, right? They may still be sponsor shopping, right? They still may be sponsor shopping, right? And like I said, my opinion is that they can, and they should, because whatever I said to them, or whatever you said to them, whoever said to them, right? For whatever reason, maybe it didn't strike them as something that, you know what? I need to join Tina right now. Right? It didn't strike them that way, especially on Facebook. Like I said, Facebook, from what I've seen, is a lot bigger on rapport. It's a lot bigger on rapport than YouTube. Like, you got to be all, liking people comments and all, do a whole bunch of stuff, right? And they got to build up. On YouTube, it's like, man, they'll go and watch my video on YouTube. People have told me this. They'll watch my video and then they start binge watching all in one night. Boo, 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 boo. Then by the time they hit me up the next day, D, I just watched like 8 of your videos. I totally love what you was talking about, and I totally want to be down and get paid Friday. Is that cool with you, D? Yes, that's cool. Okay, I'm so ready. Boom. Right? On Facebook, they might watch for like 5-6 months. It's a little bit different on the rapport type of situation from what I've experienced anyway, and what I've done, myself as far as buying stuff and sponsor shopping. He said that's called scarcity thinking. Are you saying, when you say scarcity, I think I know what you're referring to, but let me know. What I would say is scarcity thinking is thinking like that if a person don't join you, like, oh, it's the end of the world. Like, oh my goodness, I'm not going to get any other signups. That person better hurry up and come back. That would be scarcity thinking to me. Like, bro, there's other people out there who can join you. It's okay. Like, we ain't got to cry about that they sponsor shopped and found a different sponsor. I would actually be having scarcity thinking if I get mad that they sponsor shop. Why I'm getting mad? Like, I don't even know how many people on Facebook, just Facebook alone, right? I know it's in the thousands somewhere. It might even be millions for all I know, but I know it's at least in the thousands, right? It's tons of people, on Facebook alone, right? So if I'm up here worried that one person sponsor shopped and they didn't choose me as a sponsor, right? Then I'm thinking like I lost something. And to me, that is scarcity thinking, right? Because you act like, like daring a whole bunch more. It's an endless supply of people, and there's new people coming into the industry all the time, So I agree with you on that aspect. Albert says, why for bonuses on the product itself should already be valuable? Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good, Albert. That sounds real good. 2 things that I would say to that. 1, some products are not as valuable as they appear to be. Come on now, Albert. Think about the type of things or some of the different things that we promote. Let's just be 100 with that. Let's be 100% with that. Now, we're not going to throw out company names because that's not what this is about, but let's be 100. Is there anything that you've ever bought? Let me ask you this, Albert. Is there anything that you've ever bought, right? A money-making product that you have not actually used the product, right? Let's say that you have not at least like consumed 50% of the product, right? Because this is my thought. If based on what you're saying, if the product should already be valuable, then why wouldn't we consume at least 50% of it? right? Or I ain't gonna say 50% because some stuff has a lot of stuff in there. Let's say like 30%, like, you know, did we consume something? There are products that I bought that I didn't consume a darn thing, right? Because it was things that I didn't know, right? When I say a darn thing, it was more than 0%, but it was not no 30% worth of stuff that I consume in it because I didn't buy it for that reason. I don't buy everything to consume it. Some things I buy because it's nothing more than a vessel. And I talk about that on my weekly calls as well. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Okay. So that's one reason, right? Not everything that we buy is as valuable as we think it is, right? Number two, you said why for bonuses if it's already valuable. Let's say some things are valuable. I want you to check this out. Check this out. This is why. Let's think about a restaurant like McDonald's was saying, right? Okay. You know how they have those specials where it's like, hey, if you get this burger, you get this other burger free. So the bonus is the free burger. That's literally a bonus. But does that mean that initial burger was not a tasty burger? That Big Mac, does that mean that Big Mac didn't serve its purpose? That it wasn't nice and tasty with that Mac sauce, right? Does it mean that? No. People still was buying before they had the special. People were still buying the Big Mac at the regular price. They decided to offer a bonus. So you say, why offer a bonus? Because they're freaking smart. Because they're smart. Because when you realize, okay, and I was actually taught this like 90 days into my online thing. I actually had a mentor that taught us this. When you realize something that if everybody else is giving this as their baseline thing, right? As their baseline thing, everybody giving this. You give this, but you give more. You give a little bit more. Guess what? Now we like, you know what? Man, not only am I going to get this, but I'm going to get this extra too. So guess what? A lot of people are going to say, well, might as well get it from here because I'm getting this extra stuff. Now, you tell me, Albert, have you ever bought something and you could buy that thing? Let's say you could buy let me see what's some bonus. Okay, Best Buy do this sometime. Let's say they have like a GPS or a cell phone. Let's say they have or a laptop. No, let's say a laptop. Best Buy have a laptop, and let's say it's, $400 laptop, right? Walmart have a laptop too. Same laptop, because they be selling the same products a lot of times, right? Let's say Walmart got that laptop too for $400, right? So they both can give you that laptop for $400, right? And you don't have a problem with Walmart product. It's the same name. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem with Best Buy. But then Best Buy gonna say, if you buy this $400 product right here, then I'm gonna give you a $30 Best Buy card. What is that? That's nothing more than a bonus. So does that mean that laptop is crappy? Nah, you like the laptop. You looked at the specs on the laptop. And let's say that both of those places are within about the same driving distance. So we try to make it as clear as even as possible, right? Let's say both of them things are about in the same driving distance. I don't know about you, Albert, but I'm about to go over to Best Buy and get that laptop. Walmart just lost out. Same laptop, right? Driving distance about the same. I'm going over here to Best Buy to get that laptop because I want the $30 Best Buy card. So that's clearly why you would offer bonuses even if the product is valuable. That's why. All right, so that's two instances right there. That's two instances. We do the same thing. We buy a car, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. One dealer can have a car. It could be the same car, it could be like, I don't know, 2010 Honda Accord, whatever your taste is, right? And another dealer have a 2010 Honda Accord. And let's say you don't really care about color and stuff like that. Let's say the miles is about the same, right? But that doesn't mean that you're going to say, oh, well, yeah, I did see this Honda Accord, over at this other dealer first, even though you got the Honda Accord over here, I'm going to just go back to this other dealer over here. Now, when you might say that the other dealer might have a better offer, maybe it was a better deal, better warranty, right? But if this one right here, even though you saw him second, they're like, you know what? I know I saw you second, saw them first, but man, yours has a 12-month powertrain warranty, and that other dude only has a 90-day powertrain warranty. So I'm just go ahead and rock out this 12-month powertrain warranty. Boom. Right there. Bonuses. And doesn't mean that 2010 Honda Accord is crappy, right? Because I'm quite sure it's not. Honda's actually a good brand. You went through the dating. Yeah, I went through that. I absolutely went through that. I absolutely went through the they didn't help me, mode. When I first got online, like the second thing I joined, I went through it. And I was really frustrated at the time because I didn't know about, I didn't really know about sponsor shopping that much. I did know a little bit because I did check around, but I didn't know some of the things I know now about what to look for, even past the bonuses, what to look for that I need, right? Because it ain't about what other people need if I'm the one paying. It's about what I needed at that time, right? When I joined things, right? So I had to get over it. I got frustrated. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I wanted to go sign up with somebody else. I want to literally pay, and I was gonna have to pay again. I was gonna literally basically max out another credit card and join someone else because I was really frustrated. But I calmed down. I said, man, it is what it is. I ain't trying to spend yet, another $1,000 on another credit card. You know what I mean? So let me just go ahead and what it is. And I'm grateful that I did calm down, right? But I learned to sponsor shop better to suit my needs. But I'm grateful I did calm down because I did learn a lot in that situation, right? By being in that situation, it did teach me a lot. All right. Albert said, great responses. Absolutely, Albert. You know how we do. Albert's a vet in this game. Albert been doing this for a long time. You know how we do it, Albert. All right. So look, what's some more? Somebody said $30,000, right? $30. That's what I'm talking. $30. All right. So yeah, I just want to bring this different aspect to you guys. So if you're feeling this topic, guys, if you happen to be on Facebook, show me some hearts, show me some love. Somebody had a sad face, but it is what it is. Can't be happy all the time, I guess. Well, I can, but show me some hearts. If you happen to be on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, at least that's the time that we're doing right now. We show up, y'all got questions asked, and we have these type of topics, and we talk about it. We talk that thing out, all right? Other than that, y'all will see if you guys are in a situation where you could use another way to get leads, all right? Even if you're getting leads, if you could use another way, y'all see it back there. No, it's back there, right? Text coach to 90407. I'll give you a free training on how you can get leads. Text coach 90407. And of course, if you want to know the texting system that I use, then reach out to me as well. You can just reply to one of the text messages that you get. But either way, you're going to get a free training on how you can start getting leads. All right. Much love. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Other than that, what we're going to do, y'all, at the end of each day, we're going to take this right. All right, y'all. And we out.